Brilliance Audio.
Know You by Heart by Tif Marcelo. Performed by Joy Rigogliano and Ruben Wee.
Romance author Eden Chan never thought she would become a romance trope, much less one of the hardest tropes to write, a marriage of convenience. But here she was, in an exquisite princess-cut wedding gown made of lace, satin, and tulle, wearing makeup precisely applied by a bona fide makeup artist, holding a pen poised over a stapled contract, hand shaking. "Come on, this is a no-brainer. It's only 5 years," the devil on her shoulder said. But the angel on her other shoulder was ready with his rebuttal. "That's 5 years of your wonderful life." "It's not all the way wonderful," the devil reminded her. "And think of the payoff." "Eden?" Seated in a luxurious love seat across a cherrywood coffee table, Christopher Puso, her soon-to-be husband, if and when she finally signed the document, startled her out of her apprehension with a frown, looking very much like the alpha hero she'd written in her books. Sexy in a slim-cut barong Tagalog with a smoldering gaze, exuding pride through his pores. He was beautiful. To some, his current expression could be intimidating, but Eden had come to the conclusion that he was more of a softie than he let on. In the years she'd watched him, he was a great character study. She'd cataloged his nuanced mannerisms. For example, when he lifted an eyebrow, he was being sarcastic. His crooked grin signified a jovial mood. When he bit his bottom lip, that meant he was deep in thought. And right now, Chris was concerned. "Are you okay?" His voice cracked with worry. "Yeah, I think." Her answer came out like a wheeze. She inhaled a long and steady breath and imagined her alveoli blossoming, turning blue from oxygen. This was fine. Everything was fine. A simple signature would be the difference between working as a respiratory therapist super part-time and finally writing all the books waiting their turn in her head, or succumbing to a full-time job with benefits and writing in the wee hours of the morning or night. The second option sounded to her like the worst-case scenario. Those hospital shifts were both backbreaking and emotion-depleting work. But the pain of not writing superseded all that. Eden had to write. When her day job took her energy and her inspiration, Eden felt herself withering away, like a plant whose soil was being siphoned of water. This chance was what she wanted, but she needed. But the corset-style bodice fought against her breath. Marrying Chris meant there would be pretending. Lots of pretending. To her family, to his 3 siblings and their families, and to everyone else in the world. She was already pretending with her current, unsuccessful pen name, Malia James. "I just can't breathe." She couldn't breathe. "That's it. This is over." From Eden's right side flashed an apparition in peach, and her best friend's face cut through the haze of her nervousness. Paige Miller, with her blonde hair in a coif so dutifully sprayed that Eden guessed it was as stiff as cardboard, held her by the shoulders. From behind her, Chris's best man said something, to which Paige yelled, "You shut up, Max Aguilar." "Eden," she continued, blue eyes blinking in earnest, "you don't have to do this. You can say no. I can go in there and tell everyone to go home, and I'm not afraid to do so. You're not obligated. You have choices." Eden's head bobbed like a buoy, most likely because she was still holding her breath. So after she instructed her lungs to work, she focused on Paige's face, on how pretty her friend was in peach, and how 6 months ago, Paige had challenged her and Chris's engagement. Last night, Paige had even attempted a one-person intervention at an all-you-can-eat 24-hour breakfast buffet, saying this exact same thing. Now, in what Eden could describe only as a slow climb to awareness, she arrived back in the bridal suite, to this contract that would be more important than the marriage certificate she and Chris would sign later on. All this was her choice.